did I forget to write? I did. Forgot to put Monday night in. Let's change that quickly. Live chat. There you go. Hey. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. By his grace. Hello, cheese. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. 2,000 years ago, he died on a cross so he could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took him on a mountaintop and offered him every kingdom. He would not stop. He said, "Son of man, worship me. Come over, bend your knee." I said, I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. Surrounded himself with 12 good men, disciples is what we call them. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. They told the story after he was gone, how he was born and raised. You know, he took 3 days. In his name we are saved, but only by his grace. I came in his name, I am saved by his grace. I'll go out to all you natural girls. On the day you were born, God looked down at the place you lay. He took a deep breath and blew in the clouds, blew them away. Heaven and earth he built, it took him just 6 days. Took him twice as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. He said, 'cause you're a natural girl. Sent a letter to Cadbury's, they made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars, placed them inside both your eyes. For me, for me, for me, for me. 'Cause you're a natural girl. A natural girl. I work for days, toil for hours and hours, just to pay for your dress, all your wedding flowers, and your dress all made from the finest silk threads. It will thrust the priest and turn every man's head as you grace the aisle with its curves and that smile, that smile. 'Cause you're a natural girl. A natural beautiful girl. Bing, oh, me truth. I never did that. Oh, it's been alright all day. Yeah, right. Yeah. How y'all doing? Do you have a nice day on the non-spinning stationary flat lane? Speaking about flat earth, how do we do it? Oh yeah. Same chords. Today is gonna be the day, gonna prove this globe to you. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never did think it true. I don't believe anybody prove the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. Backbeat, the word is on the street, massive lights been called out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never held the globe down. I don't believe anybody prove the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. And all the clothes they showed you, they were lying. All the pics they said were satellites were CGI. And there were many proofs that I'd like to prove to you, but I don't know how. I said you alter, have a pick of baby water. 'Cause after all, we live on a boat. Today is gonna be the day, gonna prove it's going to you. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you didn't think it wasn't true. I don't believe anybody prove the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins. Backbeat, the word is on the street, massive life been called out. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never held it one bit down. I don't believe anybody prove the earth it spins. That's why the flat earth wins every time. 'Cause water's never bendy. And all the globes they showed you, they were lying. All the pics from satellites were CGI. There were many proofs that I'd like to show you, but I don't know how. My fingers are hurting. My fingers are hurting. 'Cause water's level. You've been fooled by the devil. 'Cause water's level. You've been fooled by the devil. How are you all doing? Do you have a nice day on a non-spinning stationary flat plane? I took my glasses off for the first time in ages today, and my eyes are so bad. I just left them off all day and just see if I could get used to it again. Now I've put my glasses on. It's like I can see the world again. Well, if I could, I surely would stand on a rock where Moses stood. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Did I sit Mary? I said, don't you weep. Oh Mary, don't you weep no more. Oh Mary, don't you weep no more. got drowned. Did I said Mary? I said, don't you weep. One of these nights around 12 o'clock, this old world is gonna rock. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Did I said Mary? I said, don't you weep. Mary had 3 links of chain. On every link was Jesus' name. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Did I said Mary? I said, don't you weep. Moses stood on the Red Sea shore. He smote the water with the 2x4. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Did I said Mary? I said, don't you weep. God left Noah the rainbow sign. No more water but fire this time. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Did I said Mary? I said, don't you weep. Oh, no, it's not, is it? Oh, I can't remember what the last verse was now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Brothers and sisters, don't you sigh. There'll be good times by and by. Pharaoh's army got drowned. I said, Mary, I said, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. On my head I want to drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying, the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a mad world, mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Make me feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school when I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Had a teacher tell me, what's my lesson? Looks right through me, looks right through me. I find it kind of funny, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere blue. Oh, I don't know the words. I wish I knew the words. I just want to sing Jason Mraz version. Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I felt so hot, I nearly melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. I don't know either of them. Ah, me too. When I walk beside her, I am a better man. When I look to leave her, I always stagger back again. Once I built an ivory tower, so I could worship from above. When I climbed down to be set free, she took me in again. There's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. When she comes to greet me, she's mercy at my feet. When I see her bitter charm, she just throws it back at me. Once I dug an early grave to find a better land, she just smiles and laughs at me. She took my blues away again. There's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. Oh, there's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. When I go to cross the river, she's comfort by my side. When I try to understand, she just opens up my mind. Oh, there's a big hot sun beating down on big people in this big hot world. In front of the auto cue. Once I stood to lose her, when I saw what I had done, bowed down and threw away the hours of garden and sun. So I tried to warn her, I turned to see her weep, Mr. Beat. 40 days and 40 nights, that's still coming down on me. There's a big hot sun beating down on big people Gonna sing one for the big man. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Look way down the river, what do you think I see? I see a band of angels coming after me. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Look down yonder, Gabriel, put your feet on the land and see. Gabriel, don't you blow your trumpets till you've heard from me. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Up in the air, if these wings don't fail me, I'll meet you anywhere. Ain't no grave that can hold the baby Jesus down. Ain't no grave can hold his body down. Meet me mother and father, meet me down the road. Mama, don't you know I'll be there when I check my load. Ain't no grave that can hold my body down. I've been down the river of Jordan, I buried my knees in the sand, and I hollered hallelujah. I saw his promised lands. Ain't no grave I can hold my body down. Thank you, Father. I got to stop my tooth starting to it. Is he gorgeous? Is he handsome? Does he want a quack quack? Marley, want a quack quack? Yes. Is that a yes? You want a quack quack? There we go. Quack quack. Right, do I need to cover that little fair ball up? I don't know. We'll let him slide for now. I'll cover him up if he starts dropping off. How you all doing? You have a nice day. On the non-spinning stationary flat plane, let me grab my keyboard. Thank you. Sitting comfortably. Let me just copy and paste the stream. I'll be right back with you. Home. I'm mad about the boy. There we go. Copy and paste the stream. I'll be right back. Pause. Copy. And Facebook. Paste. Post. Douche. Twitter. Tweet. Oh, that's a lot of messages. I hope I don't upset the community again. And then I show you a picture of the community. Right, where are we? Let's go back. Share to group. Post. Done. Right. And toi. And back to class. How you all doing? I hope you had a nice day on a non-spinning stationary flat plane. Welcome to the show. The forensic show, that is, not the show. The show is the life you're having. You're living in a show. Shakespearean, tipsy topsy, inside out, upside down, back to front. Sodomizing, gyro cashing, tree swinging, vine swinging, knob sacks that they are. Every night we're looking at you and skeleton. Tonight's no different. Males got bigger faces. Just look at the difference. Can you see it? You can see it. I know you can. Males have further apart eyes, wider smiles, bigger noses, bigger jawlines, but a shorter forehead. Woman has a 5-head, closer eyes, smaller nose, smaller teeth, sloping jaw, pointy chin. In general, that face looks like an upside down egg. In general, this face looks like a block, a square, or a cannonball, and you're getting covered up. I'll be right back with you 1 second. Night fair ball, that's no good, that's a towel. That's not going to cover you up, you're short of that on there. There we go. Night, Albie. See you in the morning, fair ball. Right, that's him done. You can get lost, you're not getting nothing off me. The biscuits aren't yours, get lost, they're mine. You know, I've got toothache. Eating a biscuit. I bit down on one earlier on. Oh, I wish I hadn't. Alley up. I don't know why you look for permission. You know you can just get up here. But he always just stands there looking at me like a div. I've never asked him to ask to come on, Cat. You just can get on and off whenever he wants. Because he's gorgeous. Because he's handsome. Do you want a cuddle? Is that what you want? Come on then, give me a cuddle. Usually you just dive on me and won't get off me. I ask you for a cuddle, you won't give me one. Is that nice? Ooh, he likes that there, doesn't he? He likes that. He likes having his chest rubbed right there. Your face. Right. You can sit there. No, you won't sit there. Right, I'll sit there. Right. So, in general, the males looks like a block, a square, a cannonball, or a rectangle. Excess of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission or payment to the copyright holder, to the naughty holder. We stopped on Chantal Loubet. Laube. I don't care. Anyway, let's go say hello to you all. Who was first in? It was Juice again. Hello, Juice. Alf came second. Kyle came third. Luke came fourth. Jack came fifth. Rachel came sixth. Tubbs came seventh. Trini came eighth. Ninth was E-Trader. How are you doing, guys? Many blessings to all of you. Let's get the show straight on the road, shall we? Images. It's a very strange shaped head you've got there. It's like a peanut. Oh, we're done. On cheekbones alone, I'd say that was a fail, wouldn't you? I don't know how many times I have to show you that the widest part of a male's face is below his eyes, where the cheekbones come inward towards the mouth, which is exactly what we're seeing there. Huge male cheekbones. Look at the size of this cheekbone. Women's are placed just underneath the eye, about here, and they're tiny in comparison to that. You only have to look at the diagram shows it, and then there's the actual face. Look how thick this cheekbone is here. Look, it protrudes out from underneath the eye. This one doesn't do it as much. It's more towards the middle of the nose here. Look, you can see on each side. It crests inwards rather than downwards, the way a male's does look. And that is exactly what I'm seeing right there. Male jawbone, male neck, deep set far apart eyes, male cheekbones, large, low set ears, look, almost in line with the mouth. And short, wide forehead. You got to remember, the male skull is massive. When you make a woman's head massive, it becomes what we call a meathead. It looks like... who's a good example of a meathead? Chuck Liddell? No. Let's have a quick look. Chuck Liddell. Yeah, there's a good definition of a meathead. The face is packed inwards, look, surrounded by skin. Whereas it should be, as you know by now, the male face is bigger. It spreads across the skull with much more angled lines is the word I'm looking for. Square lines everywhere you look. You're going to see jutted out bits, the brow bone jutting out, the cheekbones jutting out, the jawbone on each corner, and the chin bone all jutting out like that, jutting out everywhere. But when we go to Chuck, it's not jutting out, it's a soft face. I used to think the Iceman was the toughest man on earth. All them fights I watched thinking it was a bloke, and it's not, it's a woman. Chuck the Iceman Liddell is biologically female. Is that his Thai bride? It looks like it is. UFC legend Chuck Liddell accuses estranged wife of backing out of a 1.8, what's that, 3 sixes, 666, 1.8 million pound divorce deal. He's got a very strange look to his face, hasn't he, Chuck? He's got a dial M for Masons. It's not the haircut. He literally does have a letter M there. He can't, if he just let his hair grow, there'd be a letter M there, wouldn't there, look? Chuck Liddell. For years I watched this person thinking he was the toughest man on earth. And he wasn't, he was the toughest woman, pretending to be the toughest man. It's a strange old world that Satan's concocted for us to live in. There you go, squashy face. Look how tight knit everything is. Small, high set ears. Sticky out, but small, high set ears. Close set eyes, pudgy nose, small dentals. He's probably had a chin implant, but that's it. Look at the flatness of this forehead. It's vertical look with no brow bone. No jutty out bits, no cheekbones jutting out. Jawbone doesn't jut out, even though it's an implant, it doesn't jut outwards. Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz reminds me of someone, I can't think who it is. Oh, Vin Diesel? No, it's not Vin Diesel, it's someone. But Chuck Liddell's mastectomy, where they sewed his nipple back on, it doesn't even look like it's in the right place, does it? But there's a good definition of a meathead. Look how packed together the face is. Squashy face, we call it. Squashy face, oh squashy face. Jake Paul, another one with squashy face, look. So look at those clavicles, Chuck. Well, where are they? You know, is that a pic? That's not even them, that's a poster. Wait, let's get a real one. Oh, there you go. Where are they? Where are your clavicles? If someone could explain to me why, was it Lalisa last night? Lalisa. Let's have a look at his just for now, because it was a good definition of the collarbone. Images. It was there. It was that one. No, on that one. It was that one. Right. Explain this to me. This is I don't know what they call them, Blackpink, K-pop band from Japan. This is a female, allegedly, female K-pop singer. I want you to notice the distance in the clavicle to the edge of the shoulder, but look how long this and flat this clavicle is. Look how much definition there is to the actual. Look at how much definition and shadow there is to how thick the bone is, and the collarbone, the shading of the dark shadows, and it runs right out to the edge of the shoulder. Look. Right, and it's straight. I want you to know. I know it's angled upwards. That's not V-shaped. It's flat. Trust me, it's flat. A woman's, it comes in like an S shape, almost like an S shape in comparison to that. But it gives a V shape because of the skin and muscle that hangs over it. It gives more of a V shape. But I want you to notice, what, 10 inches long? Easy. I could put at least 1, 2. Nearly 3 hands in that spot there, 3 fists. And then we go back to Chuck Liddell, and this is a world-class MMA fighter, and we've got this sloping V-line. Look, it's shaped like an S almost, into the V there, look. See it? So I've got these dainty women pretending to be men. Because Chuck Liddell's, I think he's only about 5'8", isn't he? Again, quite tall for a woman. Most women where I live, I stand 5'10", so most women where I live stand below my eye level. Some match me, and very rarely I see a few that stand above me at 5'10". Very rare. Usually they're wearing high heels when they do. So Chuck Liddell's not the biggest. It's like Mike Tyson. She wasn't the biggest fighter, was she? But she had explosive power. Is that Chuck Liddell now? She's let herself go a bit, hasn't she? She's been at that Christmas turkey, hasn't she? But there you go, Chuck Liddell's darling, beautiful gait. Has he got painted toenails? Why are all his toes curled backwards and he's just got one big... It looks like a pterodactyl. What's them animals with the big claws? Anteater. He's got anteater toes. Chuck Liddell from Flamingo, look. There's no denying it. Once you see the knees opening like this, there's no denying it. No matter what you think of what you're looking at, the knees. Rule number 1, watch the knees. It's that simple. People make a lot of mistakes by not watching the knees. And it's only practice, that's all it is, guys. Just practice. Getting used to seeing the opening of a woman's legs. The broken leg swinging inward. Arms akimbo. Short arms akimbo as well. But it's mental because I was idolising these women for a long time. Like Brock Lesnar. If someone had tried telling me Brock Lesnar was a woman way back when I first heard of Brock Lesnar and watched him, well, he came through wrestling first, didn't he? Then went into MMA. She went into MMA. I would never have believed that you could make a woman that big. But through the research and understanding of forensic anthropology, crime scene investigation, using human growth hormones, blocking the puberty, they block puberty in these people, so it stops you from turning into a man or a woman. You don't grow breasts, and a man don't grow beard, and balls don't drop. So when they show me these giant women, I couldn't fathom that they were women because they sounded like men. They got men's names, they wear men's clothes. But it's only when under scrutiny, an understanding of
Like, just these tits alone. Look at the state of them. Titties! All the way to the bank. This girl would have had huge boobs, I'm telling you. She would. She'd have been like K-cup or whatever it is. I don't know. It'd be ridiculous. It'd have been like 2 massive watermelon. I'm talking giant. I'm talking those Japanese watermelons. You know, the real big ones. She would have been a big-breasted girl. This one, I want you to notice how short the clavicle is. If you can explain to me, and I can't remember who this is, but it's another big, it's a modern day fighter, why she's only got a 5-inch clavicle, look. Yeah? Maybe 1.5 hand whips across there compared to this K-pop nutter. It's not rocket science that we're showing you. It's forensic science. It's been proven the world over that it works. It doesn't just prove guilt on a criminal or innocence. Proves your innocence. It proves gender. And understanding the markers like we do, it gives us it can only be explained as an X-ray vision, really, isn't it? And that's what it feels like when looking at these people now. It's like I scan them. I notice, firstly, right, with both of these, their eyes are not sunken into the skull enough. That's the first thing with the eyes, look. Small eyes as well, not very big openings. If you look at a man's eye, right, there's a good diagram somewhere, I've got it on my computer. With a woman's eye, you get a small triangle, like if you can see that triangle shape there. And a man's eye, you don't only get a wider triangle, but you get a deeper triangle because the eye is bigger itself and the eye socket. The actual pupil of an eye is bigger on a woman though. That's why when she looks at you and she's aroused and her eyes, her pupils dilate, she looks beautiful. She looks more beautiful, they say. He looks like Woody Harrelson there. Again, I'm seeing this face. Tito Ortiz. Both of them got close-set eyes. But there you go. Chuck the Iceman Liddell with absolutely no bone structure. A tough woman, don't get me wrong, a tough woman. And people say, oh yeah, you wouldn't say that to her. Of course I would. The liars, the deceivers, the devil's work. Of course I'm going to call them out. I don't care. God is my witness. God is my spine, my rod, my staff. If I just sat quietly, I wouldn't be doing God's work. It's bountiful to do so. But for anybody who wants to say, oh yeah, you won't get in there with him, I'd lose the fight. I know I would. It's a world-class female MMA fighter. I'd probably lose the fight. I probably would. I tell you what, put this daft twat into a ring with a real man, a real MMA fighting man with the bone structure that I've got. Then see what happens. We'll see if you're gobbing off then. No, Chuck's going to end up in a ball, crying, getting kicked by a bloke. I'm telling you. It's bad enough that I used to watch 2 women pounding each other to death. Sometimes they put each other in comas, right? And die in the ring fighting for money, for entertainment purposes. What they've done to mankind is horrifying. The way they've normalised blood, guts, gore. They're normalising paedophilia at the minute. I don't care what you say. Anything to do with children, I don't care what it is, whether you're messing with them mentally or physically, it's child abuse. I don't care. And you need locking up is what you need. You need putting in jail because you're a dirty, nancy criminal. Full stop. You don't touch the children. Even Jesus warned you. Even Jesus warned you. Don't touch them. Don't go near them. Causing any of them to stumble in life. You might as well tie a millstone around your neck, especially if they belong to him, because you're screwed. Now, I can't tell you whether Chuck Liddell's a Satanist, well, probably a Satanist, but I can't tell you how evil this person is. I can't judge you, this person. The people who sit above him are definitely satanic arseholes, nut jobs, freaks, whatever you want to call them, fallen angels, the lunatics. These people were changed at birth. I can't empathise with that. I can't tell you what that would feel like. But I know if I was a bloke and I'd been turned into a girl and someone told me and I had to live my life like that and keep my mouth shut all the way through it, that'd be pretty damning, wouldn't it, on a personality? Well, I'm talking from my perspective because I'm a child of God. It would be damning on me conscience. It would drag me down. It would make me sad that I never actually got to be a boy, or never actually got to be a girl, whatever it is, because someone chose to do this to them. I don't condone what they're doing. I'm telling you now, or the people that have done this all need jailing. But if she looks mean, Pete, she does look mean. But right there, she doesn't look mean, does she? She looks soft there, really soft. A girl that can fight. A girl is still a girl. It don't matter how tough you make her. She's still a girl. And if you haven't learned anything in life, of the two sexes, women are more loving, more nurturing. It's what God created. It's design. It's the way He makes you think. It's the chemistry in your brain. It's set up different to a man's. They can make you fight. You can play a trombone like a man. You can play a guitar like a man. You can drive a car like a man. We can all do these things together, right? They made you think that the best world F1 drivers are men. Women are the worst drivers in the world. In actual reality, women. Well, I can't say in actual reality because I've not watched real men race at F1 racing car speeds. Real natural men. To see if there's a balance. But when it comes to something mental or critical like driving, playing the guitar, men and women are equal in these things. You might get a better woman at a better guitar, a better man at a better driver, whatever, but we're equal at these things. But when it comes to thinking itself, God set two different chemistries up because mother is different to father, and that's what they've done. They've blurred that line of mother and father. And now there's men walking around in pink crop tops and mini skirts in high heel shoes because they've destroyed the character of man. And they've got women walking around dressed in denim trousers and just trousers in general to make you look like men. Whether you like wearing the trousers or not, ladies, they weren't designed for you, they were designed for men. Ladies wear dresses. I think when I see a woman in a dress, I find you much more womanly than a woman in trousers. There's just something about that natural look of a woman rather than what they've done. You know, they've put men dressed as women in trousers in front of you all your life, so you've mimicked them, and now men mimic RuPaul and all the rest of them. And well, you know where it's going because now they're doing it to the children. They've got the 2030 agenda set out and it's running perfectly according to that schedule. All they've got to do now is legalise, or should I say lower the age of consent so that they can get away with doing this to children more and more and more. And then you upset the natural balance of the world. If you really, if God's real, and He is, if God is real, and He is, what would be the best way for the devil to upset Him? It would be to change His favourite of all the life that God created. He only created one in His image, us. And what the devil wants is to reverse that image, the image of God. Someone said the other day, where was it? I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was a video or something I picked up from, I don't know. He said, I can't remember what verse it was. Was it 22:2? Something like that. He said God was going to sit like a silver refiner with you, and temper you into the person you are. And the person who read it said, I wonder what he meant by it. So I asked, and they said all the people at the church didn't know what God meant by sit like a silver refiner. So this person got in touch with a jeweller and said, can I come and watch you do some silver work? And they said, yeah. So he came along, or she came along, sorry. And she sat with a jeweller, and he got the flame going, took a piece of silver, put it into the flame, and he started to explain, you have to put it right in the middle of the flame, and you have to hold it constantly and watch it constantly as the impurities are cooked out of the silver along, up and down. It depends on the lump you're working with, if it's long or rounded or whatever. And he said I have to turn it and flip it, but I can never ever take my eye off it, because if I do for 1 second and it overheats, it's ruined, and it can never be undone. You know, the faltering of the silverware. And she sat and she looked at him and she said, so how do you know when it's done? How do you know when the impurities are gone and you don't want to overcook it? How do you know that happens? And the jeweler looked her in the eye and said, oh, it's real simple. When I see my image in it. Oh my gosh, that really hit me hard, that anecdote. It really did. He wrote it into the book, you know, that you are created in his image, and that you should be more happy in your life. Most people should be much more happy than they are in their lives. Most people can't handle the truth. And it's sad, it's really sad. I was talking to Mark earlier on, my neighbour, and he said he'd just been to the shop, Lidl's, round the corner from us, and there's a homeless guy there, and he helps old ladies and old people with the trolleys and the bags. He doesn't ask for anything, he just does it because he's got nothing else to do with his life. I'm sure people do treat him as well, but that's the only thing he's got in his life that he enjoys doing, is helping people in this car park. And today they booted him off and cleared him off. And Mark said, I was real sad for the bloke. And I said, are you alright, mate? Is there anything I can do? And he said, no, there's nothing you can do, I'm going to kill myself. And I said to Mark, imagine how we get sometimes, me and you, talking about me and Mark, how mad me and you get sometimes and upset with the way we're treated, or the world's been to us, but yet we've got a roof and we don't even have nearly any problems compared to what he does. That life has treated him so bad that we leave human beings out in the cold like animals, when we're not animals. That's the thing, you know. Don't want to tell you we can act like animals, I agree, but we're not animals. What separates us from animals is the Spirit of God. I was created in his image. Animals are not. Animals have a nature in them. The bigger fish is going to eat the smaller fish. The lion's going to eat the zebra. There's no mercy in it. It's how they live. It's an animal mentality. Mankind doesn't have to act like that at all. We can act heavenly on all counts, and we don't. We act like the devil, we act like Satan, we're greedy. We want to monopolise things, we want to amount huge masses of fictional paper money in banks. We work all day. We have a meal, we come home, we watch television, we have a bath, we go to sleep, we get up, we work all day. We come home, we have a meal, we have a bath, we go to sleep, we get up. That is not what our life is supposed to be like. It's not. If we were all freed up with time, I'm not saying that we can't not work. We have to, especially if we get rid of money. We have to work, but for each other, rather than for someone else. Because that's the way the world is. We work for someone else and we never have anything. Even the people who think they've got something still don't have anything. They're under the tyranny of these flip-flops of a satanic control system. It's the nature of the beast to be greedy, to be a liar, to deceive. It's the nature of the beast. Hello, John. The power that rests just in the sons and daughters of men is unbelievable. But you're going to have to want to stand up and take it all back. Everything that was stolen. Remember, these people are pirates. They took it all cloak and dagger. And they're lying to us all. The minute you know that the Dutch government is not made of Dutch people, the English government is not made of English people. The Irish government is not made up of Irish people. It's made up of these people. They're not even naturals. Natural people don't go out the way to lie and deceive. Natural people don't go out the way to hate somebody else. But all of these people have, in one form or another. And I'm guilty of this too, because I sinned without knowing I'm sinning. I'm not casting a stone at Chuck Liddell. I'm just pointing it out. You went out your way to lie to people. I don't do that. Because I was truly created in God's image. I was knitted together in my mother's womb. I wasn't carved up on a table. I wasn't force-fed hormones and steroids to make me grow a beard. I grow a beard naturally. I have a deep voice because my big balls dropped when I was 14. I went to bed one night talking like this, and I got up the next day I was talking like this. I didn't have to drink man-made chemicals for that to happen. I don't need to keep on drinking them either. But this woman does. All her life she has to continually take these drugs to maintain Chuck Liddell's outward-looking personality. So, some pictures, don't get me wrong, these are tough women. And the built-up women, right? But the cheaters, look at them now. Is that what they look like now? Life hasn't been very kind to me lately. They've both gone through the menopause lot. They've had a load of children, kicked out a load of sprogs, and now they're both chubby. Look at the size of those hips. There's no denying it once you can see them. Squashy face look. Dial M for Mongos in the airline. And right, the point I was making was, yes, Chuck Liddell is a masterclass female fighter. Agreed. Put her in against the masterclass real natural. And we'll see what happens. The only way you're going to challenge a real natural male is if you put Ronda Rousey in there. Or, who's the big one that I like showing? I can't remember his name. Garcia. Gabby Garcia. You put Gabby Garcia in there against a natural man, you'll get a brawl. You will, because it's a man on a man. They can't mix them up. You don't see, like, you know when they showed us the boxing match from the Olympics last year? Iman Khalifa. Khalifa. There it is. There it is. So this one that was passing off as a man, as a woman, it's actually a woman. This one is actually a woman. And the person she was fighting against was actually a man. Now, the actual man who's pretending to be a woman, and this is a woman pretending to be man pretended to be a woman, a double flip-flop. Apparently the real man, the opponent to this person, said that this person, she'd never been hit so hard in all her life, and she'd never fight another transgender fighter again. That was the words of the opponent. You see, that's not a real fight. It's all set up. It's like this person was allowed to win that fight regardless. This person, even though it was bigger and looked stronger than the man that it was actually fighting, would have probably got his ass kicked if it had been a fair fight. If they'd just let him go at it. This one probably would have got his ass kicked. And is this what I'm saying? You're giving, in this case, you're giving testosterone to a woman to make her look like a man. All the other female fighters are men that have been given estrogen to look like women. If you had let it go, I reckon Angela Castelli, was it AC? I'm sure it's AC, Antichrist Code, would have pounded the living shit out of this one. I'm telling you. In real life, you've got battered wives' homes, not battered husbands' homes. In real life, men are mental and violent. In real life, women are not. They can be. Nowadays, they can be. In the gangs and groups that they hung around in. But on your own, it's not happening, is it? You know it's not. You know, it's not men that get stalked home from nightclubs and down the streets. It's not men that happens to. It happens to women. Because you're the fairer of the two sexes. It's that simple. Men have been made depraved, if you like. They do depraved things to women. And again, without the moral compass, without God in your life, these things will happen. All of what's happening in this world is only happening because most of the sons and daughters of men and women haven't got a moral compass to pointing at God. They think the monkeys and they act like it as well. Again, that animal nature, because I told you you're a monkey, you act like one, it's the shadow that they've spread on humanity, over it, cast over it, if you like. The minute you find God, you don't act like this. This person knows God's real, so I can't imagine why you want to carry on acting like that. If you knew that, if the devil's done this to you and you know the devil's real, that means God's real. And you know that God is the bigger of the two. That's why the devil's down here and God isn't. Well, he is down here, he's in us. He's us. There's a little bit of him in all of us. Even in this person, there's still kindness. It might not be to us natural people and the truth, but to their own kind, they're kind. There's kindness in all people. I'm not saying that a flip-flop can't be kind to a natural and vice versa. I'm just saying, in general, they go out the way to lie to us. But it must pain. Some of them must be in pain from doing this to us, surely. To make mankind this ungainly, it must have an effect on your personality, on your persona, surely on your conscience. But squashy face and egghead squashy face here, the show must go on. They continue regardless, right? Which means one of two things. They're either being bribed to do it and can't stop doing it, or they're doing it of their own free will. It's a 50-50. And all will be revealed if these people are all evil and satanic and truly do drink children's blood and go to pizza and hot dog parties and all this shite they write about. I don't think it happens, I really don't. I just think they want to put that idea out there for normal people, for naturals to go and do it. That's why you've got the serial killers. There are no serial killers. They made them all up, but they want a natural person to go doing serial killers. They'll catch you real quick. They really will. You won't get away with many. Not like Ted Bundy and, Yorkshire Ripper who went on for 10 years doing it. No, they'd catch you real quick. Do you know what it reminds me of here? Do you know who this reminds me of? Strange I mentioned it, serial killers. Barry George. I'm seeing Barry George's face in Chuck Liddell. 2 first names, Barry George. He's got the Jez eye, he's got the Jez face. Squashy face, thick fucking beard on it. Almost. It looks almost the same. Then she's got beautiful eyelashes though. Jez didn't have that. She got them coffee bean eyes. Again, absolutely no jawbone. This is a deranged killer who apparently killed. It was something to do with Freddie Mercury as well. I can't remember. Killed Jill Dando. Jill Mando. That's a man though. Jill Dando. This was a tennis player. It looks like Princess Diana, doesn't it? Big triangle. This one here though. Look at the woman's physique. The pear-shaped body. The short arms. Look. The weird look. She's got really weird looking ears, I've got to say. There she is without her teeth in. So apparently this person went and killed this TV celebrity when this TV celebrity's got a bigger jaw, bigger teeth, wider eyes, bigger ears than your so-called killer. When we look at the killer's wife or mother, who's that? It's got to be the wife. Wrongly imprisoned. Yeah, look at that bolt on head. Absolute blockhead. And these are the stories they put out, these dirty, lying, cringe-worthy, freak show, flip-flopping, deceiving bastards that they are. They put worry and despair into natural people's lives. There's old people that won't go out on the streets because of these stories. They don't even go out and live the life a little bit. For 5 years when the Yorkshire Ripper was on the loose, here's another one, Yorkshire Ripper. This one was a serial killer. Yorkshire Ripper. For 5 years, women wouldn't even leave the house when this bitch was about. Look at her soft eyes. She didn't kill anyone. It's all bollocks, all made up, but it terrified the public. When you start looking at the victims, look at that one there. You got to be fucking kidding me. That's a dude till the cows come home. So's that one with the cheekbones. They put out all these nonsense stories. Jimmy Savile was involved with all of this. It's bollocks. When I first started getting into the truth and I learned about Jimmy Savile being involved, I was like, what's that paedophile got to do with all of this? Yorkshire Ripper. If you actually look down some of his papers, it actually says, Jimmy's innocent, says Peter Sutcliffe from jail. That's how screwed it up it is. Look at this. Everywhere. Billboards. Help us stop the Ripper from killing again. Scaring the living shit out of everyone, look. Billboards all across the country, look. Women would not leave Renault 5. Look at old Renault 5 there. I'm old. I'm old. Do I recognise that car? They put these billboards up everywhere to scare the living bejesus out of all the natural people. For 5 years, women didn't hardly leave their houses unescorted to the car park, wherever it was. All because of a fake news story. Perpetrated by... Look at the size! Look at those rectangle-shaped eyes. Look at that jawbone. Get the out of here. It's a big face. As much as they can put on you, you don't believe it. What was it? Oh, that's it. The more... was it Goebbels? It was one of Hitler's lot. The more we do to you, the less you believe we're doing it. So that's what they've done. They just keep on doing it and doing it. And the more they do it, the less you believe someone telling you it's bollocks. It's like the scam vid. When you were started telling people it's not real, everyone believed that there was an airborne virus that was dropping people in China all over the streets. But yet you never saw a dead person anywhere, did you? In the 2 years that you wore your stupid nappies on your faces. You never saw one body drop in the street. Not one in the doctor's office. Nowhere. People might have been dying around you. They do anyway. 100 the flu used to claim 100,000 a year in England alone. Just the flu. It's God's natural way of taking away unhealthy people. If you can't stand up to this minor illness, you're going to join him. Your time's up. So, back to this lying, deceiving, bag of bollocks Ripper story. So, for 5 years, real natural families were scared to leave their houses. Look at this face. He looks a bit like, am I seeing Patrick Swayze? I don't know who I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone. But look at the FTM beard. The beards are always really refined, like a woman's. Like a woman looks after her face and her clothes and her makeup. Do I look good in this, darling? That's what they do with the beards. A real man don't take his time to do all that shit with his beard. I never did, and I've had 2 beards in my life. Never did that once. Not once did I trim, prune it, or anything. My dad used to prune his, but it didn't look... That looks like it's been styled, baby. Well, it has. They wanted him to look a certain way. And they got away with it. Apparently, as well, hundreds of thousands of natural women sent marriage requests to the sicko in prison. Don't you feel stupid now, you cows, you stupid cows? It's a woman. Who's that? He's got a big old square head, hasn't he? I don't know who that is, but he's a big old fella. Is that the Ripper's wife? Can a man as evil as a Yorkshire Ripper actually be cured? It's bollocks. That's a bloke. You've got to be fucking kidding me. That's a man. Till the cows come home. All the victims are secretly transgendered as well. It's not just a Yorkshire Ripper that's transgendered. It's the victims. And if you don't believe me, straight out my own town, Ian Huntley. So this one actually lived near me. I think I even lived in one of his old houses that he rented. Ian Huntley. Oh, bollocks. Because he was from Grimsby. But his girlfriend and him definitely lived opposite me when I was in Comber Place. When Comber Place existed. Ian. I used to think Maxine Carr, there she is. There he is. I used to think, when I used to see that person, I used to think, you are one ugly ginger bit. Yeah, honestly. And I know it was wrong of me, father. Well, I used to think it was wrong of me to think that. But now I know it's a bloke, I know why I thought that. I used to think that is one ugly ginger beast. Honestly, I never saw this one, I don't think. If I did, I don't remember it. But I definitely remember this one. I passed it a few times when I was eating sausage sandwiches coming out of Skelton's. Because it lived right opposite me. But for the life of me, when I read about all of this, they went and killed... Apparently... Ian Huntley, this is Ian Huntley, looks like a lesbian, right? Does that. Tiny ears. Let's go back. Apparently, he became a caretaker of a school. There he is, caretaker of, there's his house. There's the school. Blah, blah, blah. He killed 2 8-year-old girls. Holly and... No, who cares? Whoever it was, right? Apparently, this one with the sloping short shoulders, short arms. I like your big waist as well. Look where the gap in the jeans is there. Look, you can just see daylight there, look. So there's where it stops. Look how big the trousers are on this person. Fellas, are your trousers this big? I shit you not, lads, when I put my trousers on, they're here. Just above that gap. There's only me nuts and then trousers. Right? So the waist too big. This person lived near me all my life. Well, in the same town. And at one point lived near me. Especially this one. This one for sure. This one I don't know if he visited or was living with it. But this one I saw many times. And I thought many times, you are an ugly ginger twat. There she is. Absolutely no jawline. Looks like a lesbian. Doesn't she? Lesbian in motion. Ian Huntley apologises for sowing murders. Why are you apologising if you didn't do it? I've got the Twat's Gate. I went to video, I found it. I had to because of who it is. Coming from my own town. There was no way I was going to let this bollocks go free from me. I had to find his gate. I found 3 of them when they was doing an interview on the news. These 2 were on the news, walking up towards a press conference. I got both of the gates. But here we go. Because it's a bag of bollocks. When did this happen? 2004. So these people, they're not dead. I'm telling you now. They're old enough for me to talk about now. Let's talk about them. Holly, and what's this one? Look at that dude. That's a dude till the cows come home. Holly's got a bit of a smaller face than this one. But that one there, that's a boy. Full stop. I don't need a second beat. Don't need to see your gait. No, I just tell by your shoulder. You're a boy, a young boy. This one was a little bit harder for me to tell when I first, because remember back then when I did this, I was only just learning how to do it. It's real simple for me now. The large ears, the square jaw. This one actually looks like a boy I know called Scott now to me. But back then, I believe Ollie and Jessica, that's what they were. Ollie and Jessica, I believed were girls. I believed that Ian was a man, Maxine was a woman, and these 2 were a pair of paedophile sickos, according to the paper that I read in the story. But that's exactly what it is. It's just a story. Ian and Maxine are flip-flops. Ollie and Jessica are flip-flops. And if you look at the parents, is that Ian Huntley's daughter? He's got a big face, hasn't he? His daughter's got a big face. What's he doing with a big long chin as well? What's he doing on morning television? Let's go back. I had a friend one time get on morning television, but he was a natural, but it was just the news story. Some stories are allowed to get some press coverage, maybe for a day, but they don't drag it out like the Soham murders and all that. And on this occasion, my friend, who thinks the world's a ball, dingbat, he was in a snooker hall, and he was playing snooker, and because he was only a young kid, you know what kids are like, impatient, can't pay attention. He got up on something. I can't remember if it was a table or a chair. He got up on something, but it put the pool cue below him. He was holding the top of the pool cue. He was high enough up that he was holding the top of the pool cue at hand level, if you can understand that. And he slipped and he fell on it, and the pool cue went right up through him and out through his neck. I can't believe how lucky he was that this happened, but the pool cue went right through him, top to bottom, and he was on the news for it. But again, Paul, you were only on the news for a day or 2, weren't you? This went on for months. They dragged this out for months, and then it stops whilst the court case proceeds and evidence is gathered. And then a year or 2 later, they open it all up again and go, we're going to convict them, and everybody gets their bit of bollocks and their hearsay into it. But these 2, I've got this funny feeling that these children that they take out of the limelight, and it's only because of the JonBenét Ramsey thing being Katy Perry, that these 2 will become someone famous later on in life. It's like an insult to you. Like they showed you for nearly a year, these 2 faces. They showed you this over and over and over for a year. Anyone shows you the picture and you've seen it, you know that Ian Huntley killed them. It's Ellie and Jessica, right? And then they grow up and they become someone else in the famous public eye. Like Katy Perry is JonBenét Ramsey. JonBenét Ramsey. This is meant to be Katy Perry. And it does look a bit like Katy Perry because it's a boy. That's why. But that could quite easily have grown up to be Katy Perry. I agree, it could. These sickos are sick enough to do that, right? That you invent this pageant queen who's a boy. You get someone to pretend to kill them. The person's gone for 20 years, and then you bring them out as Katy Perry. Nobody's going to think that that's JonBenét Ramsey because they all think JonBenét Ramsey's dead. That's the first problem. But even if someone did think or recognise that is John Benet, that's Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey, no one's going to believe that person. Because the public thinks John Benet Ramsey's dead and there's no way it can be Katy Perry. It could. It could well be. Right there, it really does resemble Katy Perry, I agree. But it's because of the wide eyes and the square jaw that's doing it. Remember, when you're looking at a male face, it's wide, then it's widest, and then it's wide again. Where's the one that I showed from, where is it? What's that? Doctor Who fans. I know you sent me it, but I don't know what you wanted me to do with it. Right, where are we? Bring that across. That's it. Like that, look. Wide, widest, wide again. Widest, narrow, narrower. And that Tom Felton picture, where is it? There, no. Was it before that? There it is. I like that one. Look, widest, narrow, narrower. Look, widest, narrow, narrower. If it was a man, it goes wide, widest, wide again. It does not have this stepping down profile of an upside down egg like Tom Felton does here. So, I'll agree it's a man. It's John Benet Ramsey was a boy, but whether or not it's Katy Perry is another story. I do have this feeling that they do that though. They break people's hearts with the story and then make them famous when they're older. I do believe they do that. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I believe it, but I just do. Look at the neck on the husband, the Adam's apple, double pronged Adam's apple, and then here I've got a 5-head look. It's practice, boys and girls, until you see, look, wide, narrow, narrower, wide, widest, wide again at the chin, look. So they put out all these cockamamie stories that serial killers exist and people are stealing your children. It's like Bevy said, my teacher, if there were all these children going missing, you'd have frantic parents everywhere. You would. They don't need to steal your children. They can just grow them in laboratories. Lab-grown children. Breeding farms. Darius called them breeding farms. They've got breeding farms underground all over the world. They don't need to take your children. But they'll be quite happy to put stories out there that convince some natural freak show pedo to take one of your children. That's the problem. Because the world's godless, it's without God, people do heinous things, especially to children, because they've got no moral compass, because God doesn't exist. If God existed to them, you wouldn't go near those children. I didn't even need God not to exist for me not to have that feeling, you know. I innately know it's wrong to do anything to a child. I innately know that it's wrong to slap my mother. I innately know it's wrong to steal from you, your neighbour, your friends. I innately know these things. But they encourage this behaviour. And because of the gang culture and the way they've just soiled society, they've totally made it shitty. People go and copy these stories. Real children do get hurt. Natural children get hurt because of these sickos. And I know there's all this stuff about satanic ritual abuse and all that, but none of it's been proven. Because it's all made up by these bastards that lie to us. And that's what they are. The Madeleine McCann story. Another one. McCann family. There we go. Look at the state of that neck there. What woman do you know that's got a blockhead with a plinth for a neck? Look at this fake Adam's apple scar here. Absolutely no jaw. There's a real nice picture like that one. He like that one, but even better. With Kate McCann's neck, it literally looks like a Scottish pine. This was the first time I realised when I saw this picture that Kate McCann was truly a man. Straight legs, knees together, space between the feet, long male body. Look at the distance on his zipper. There's daylight just here. I know you say down here, but it's not. It's just there, look. Crease of the pants. Look how small the waist on that person is. But yet, all the men we've just looked at, the trousers come up here somewhere. And yet you doubt it. You doubt yourself. Little boy. Right there, even at 2 years old, I can tell it's a little boy. This is a little boy. Now the question is, did this person exist? Is this person AI? Is Madeleine McCann AI? Just remember, right, they've got all the technology 20 or 30 years before they release it to the general public. So they were playing on PlayStations 20 years before we had a PlayStation or whatever, right? So you go after the eye shot of Madeleine McCann here, and she had Colin Bomer just there, and you can see without hardly any assistance that it's pointing towards the 7 o'clock this way. The Colin Bomer. You can have this fixed and repaired, and when you do, it leaves like a drain mark. The pupil of the eye, the blueness of the eye, is stained by the Colin Bomer. And the funny thing is, there is a picture, and there's only one or two that you can do it with, because it's high definition photography, that you can zoom in on the eye of Kate McCann. Hang on, I might be able to just show you from here. Search McCann. Search McCann. McCann. Wrong one. This is the other one that bothers me. They're all saying in this picture that is Jerry McCann in the Red Shoe Brigade. It's not Jerry McCann. There's 3 different pictures of Jerry McCann at 3 different ages, and not one of them look like that. That's an FTM. I'll grant you it's an FTM, just by the size of them trousers. Look at the distance between the space look and the waist. Huge bell bottom. Woman, full stop, but it's not Jerry McCann. Ski with leg. Look at Jerry's hips, arms akimbo. Tommy Robinson. Here's another one. Joseph Fritzl, another serial killer. Female. I got one gate shot in prison, mincing across. It's just. Let's go back. Come on, where is it? That one's got really weird eyes. This was someone else. This is Australia, right? Were these serial killers or something? I can't remember, but look, brow bone missing. Brow bone, thick brow bone, overhanging the eye look. Deep set eye. Not deep set, no brow bone overhanging the eye look. Rounded eyes. Chubby face. Looks like Chubby Brown, actually. Let's go back. Where's that picture of McCann? If it's here. There's the one with the neck. There's the one. Look at that neck. Look at those clavicles. I can't believe it's not here. What's that? That's not mean. Latest psyop. This person is really male. Ruby Frank. 2 first names. Yeah, 2 first names. Well done. Supposedly abused his children. Oh, we're done. Egghead of a wife. Male face there. I agree with you. That's not the McCann picture I was looking for. Balls. And Bertrand Russell, female juice, female, full mince, Stirfail, partial full mince, full mince, full mince. I made that one just for you, Juice. This, cloning, what a bag of bollocks. I don't believe in cloning, I really don't. Who's the clone? Geert Wilders. Geert Wilders. His niece stalked me online. I've got a picture of your niece's flat forehead and your brother, I guess. Sister. Saying it's a clone of this person, Johan Thedens from 1680. They've cloned Geert Wilders from the 1680s. They didn't even have radio in the 1680s. How do you expect me to believe that they could do? They had the technology to do that anyway. I don't believe the technology exists that you can clone someone. Like, let's just say someone went to the barber's after I went to the haircut, went for a haircut. They took a clump of my hair, put it in a DNA bank for 200,000 years. Well, let's just say 2,000. What's this? 300 years. They bring it out 300 years later and then grow a person that looks just like me from my strands of hair. That's what they're trying to tell me. It's nonsense. Geert Wilders, whatever you want to call it, Dutch politician. Where are we? Come back. Dutch politician, squashy face. I mean, it doesn't come much tighter than Geert Wilders' face. Watch, let's show you that. Do you know what he actually looks like there? Is it Robert Plant? Is that the right person? Am I thinking the right person? Robert Plant. No, what's the other one? Jimmy Page. Uncanny. Absolutely uncanny. There you go. Why are you telling people that? Why are you saying that this is also Geert Wilders' clone? This one got cloned from Theodore. What's it? I don't believe in none of this cloning bollocks. I really don't. The schematics of it is just redonkulous. As far as for me, the closest I'll give you to cloning is family. You know, if I was to have a son, like Raish is a clone of me. He looks like me. He sounds like me. He's a clone of me, but he's not me. So when you're saying the cloning, he looks familiar. That really does look like Geert Wilders, doesn't it? Look, it's uncanny. As if I can't get a better picture of his face. But there's something very strange about the face. Look at it. Why is it all squashed together? Why is the 5 head vertical? Why has it got dial M for Masons in the hairline? It's nonsense, this cloning bollocks. It is. I don't run with half of these stories that they go with. Even chemtrails, I don't believe in that bollocks. I used to. They're definitely spraying, I'll give you that. But you're telling me that they're putting soft metals into it that give us all Alzheimer's. Well, there's no signs of that. But I'll tell you what those metals might be there for. If you've got a satellite on a balloon, one of the big NASA ones, and it's 6 miles up, it costs electricity to send the signal 6 miles up and 6 miles back from the satellite. If you was to put a blanket of cloud at 1 mile high with these particles in it, you could just fire your signal off the cloud to your desired target, right? Across wherever it is. You're not going across the world with it, but from state to state, easy. You could do it just off the clouds, firing it up at the cloud and off at an angle. Geert Wilders, look at that squashy face. Do you know what it also looks like? It looks like that little flip-flop antiques child. What did they call that antiques child from England? Antiques child. I always remember it. Antiques child prodigy, is that it? That's, oh my gosh, look how close it looks like them both. You gotta be kidding me. There you go. They're cloning them everywhere. There's another one for you. Clone. Is it? Oh, excuse me language. It's just a female skull as far as I'm concerned. That one's trying to be a boy look. Lauren Harris, that's who it is. And it actually turned itself into a woman. It's a double flip-flop, this one, isn't it? Is it a double flip-flop? I'm sure it is. But it does, in some cases, it really does look manly. And in other cases, it doesn't. And as soon as you see the gate, it's game over. That really does look like a young Geert Wilders, doesn't it? What's that? Did they both get beat up? Did they get beat up? That's not real, is it? Surely that's a photo. He's got bruising all over his neck and shit. That's not real. Surely that's a Photoshop. Is that what happened? No. Or is that after the surgery? He's in the Black Eye Club as far as I'm concerned. She is in the Black Eye Club. They don't care as long as there's Freemasonry in the background. They don't care. See, that to me looks like an hospital. Well, it could be beaten up and in hospital, but to me, I'd say that was coming out of hospital after surgery. But that one, that's not real, Joe. That's not real. It can't be. There'd be loads of them, right? There'd be loads of pictures like that if it was real. Yeah, but that's what it reminds me of. Lauren Harris reminds me of Geert Wilders and Jimmy Page. It's really weird, isn't it, that they look alike. And again, the only one I'm going to give you for this is that they are family. They were coming from the same gene pool, which you're not cloning them, they just look alike because they're from the same family. Right, back to where we were. Let's get rid of that. Chuck Liddell. What spawned that? John Pounders. Is that really John Pounders? Is that one him as well? David L. Carrico. That's a granny, isn't it? Is that his wife there? Oh, we're fucking done. Who's got the bigger head? The bigger face? See a look. Even though they feminised this chin and masculinised that one look, this one still rules on the head size, right? And there she is with a short, stubby face, pudgy nose. She's got big ears for a girl though. And small mouth, vertical forehead. John Pounders, another one. They're the ones I hate most. The fake pastors, the ones that say they're bringing you the word of God and yet a lie into your face. They're the ones that really, really get me. Right, we're doing this person. Chantal Lauby. Did I just go on a rant? I did go on a rant, didn't I? Right, okay. It's a man, final answer. Getty image. If you're not happy with it, talk to Getty. Who's that? He's got a big head. Chantal Lauby with Jennifer. A fillet, a woman, I don't think so, the girl. Jennifer. Jennifer's not a girl. You've both got big buck teeth. Let's go back. I want a bigger picture. Nope. Nope again. Is that him there though? That is him there walking. Game over. Another dude here. You see, in the mid-step like this, you can only pay attention to the knees really for your marker because they look similar in the midsection. Female, from flamingo to female Bigfoot, that's the midsection. They look very familiar. Even though this one's a girl look, they all look familiar to each other. I prefer the very back or the very front, whether it be full mince or march. The souvenirs. Right, Chantal Lauby. That one's probably a better picture. Go on then, we'll take that one. He's got Ken Dodd teeth, hasn't he? He has. I thought that was Far Cry 6 for a second. Raish, I am loving Far Cry 6 if you're watching, son. I am loving it. For the first 2 days, well, I've been playing since Saturday, but for the first few days, I'm like, don't like shooting, don't like this, don't like that. Now I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. And I ain't even souped any of my guns up, son. I don't see any gates. Just that one off that movie poster. In fact, we'll click it again. That way it's there ready for... Actually, we'll take a better one. There you go. That way it's ready for me to go. Ooh, he had a big arm. Who was that? Where was that? Stop the bus. Holy in moly. Look at this one here. Look at them. Look how far. That's his other shoulder. I swear down, I didn't think that was his arm. I did not. Look at this. Look at them clavicles. And what am I? 10, 15 paces from him, and all I can see is clavicle and then that shoulder. It actually looks like his arm is detached from his body and been sewn back on, backwards. Yeah, that's a big fella. That's a big fella right there. He's a 3 shredded wheat kind of guy. Oh my gosh. They all look like pit bulls looking piss off nettles, they do. That's an egghead. I don't know who that is, but that's an egghead. Another one here. Everywhere I look I see eggheads. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. That's it. I've had enough. You're wasting my life walking. What you got? Is that one? That is one. That's a nice one. That's 2. Is that a 3? No, I think he's standing there, isn't he? He is. Let's go back one. 2. Is that a 3? Right there, that is a 3. We're done. 3 gates. There you go. It took me nearly an hour to do that investigation. Bruce Lee's a woman. Bruce Lee's a woman to me. Sol. Sun. Sol means sun. They are suns. Apart from that little one on the end. And we'll take the old horsey teeth face shot. There you go. Hey, Mr. Beaver. Why are you always beavering around? We're done. See you later. Next. Gojko Suzak, former Minister of Defence in Croatia. Hiccups. Oh. No gates. Right, let's go back to the top. This is it. He's got a long face. They're putting a false jawline. The size of them ears for a woman, they're massive. But high up, look. High up. Well away from the mouth, look. It's a short face though, right? When you see it from the side, look, where's your jawbone at? Soft female eyes as well. It looks a bit like Mr. Bean there. It must be the eyebrows, maybe. Yeah. Right. I like that one, but he's not looking at camera. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping. Oh, actually, we didn't see any gates. Let me just go straight to walking. We'll split the airs. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, we're out. Nope. See you later. Next. Camille LaRouche doesn't even have a write-up. Images. 650 followers. You're having a laugh. What you did? I don't even know what you're doing next. You're not even going to get an answer out of me, I'm telling you. Next. When there's hardly any pictures, it's usually a real person. I'll tell you that now. Next. Sylvie Joly. He's a French actor. I see a little bit of Joan Rivers. Images. We got a Getty seal straight away. That's game over. It looks like Blanche. I can't remember his name. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Golden Girls. She got big teeth for a girl, hasn't she? I'll say. Droopy eyes though. Got those really droopy eyes that girls get. This one, I'm seeing a dude. Whose hand is that? Whose hand is that? It's a bowling ball skull. Absolutely massive. Huge low set ears. Massive mouth. Far apart. Draw a triangle. That is not a squashy face, is it? It's not a meathead. That is a full-faced man. That's the full face of a man. That's what that is. I'll take that as your face, mate. Oh my gosh, you've got big hands as well, haven't you, look? Shovels. Big teeth. Big hands. Big shoes. Men. Know your limits. You know when you put your face against a glass window and move it sideways? Right. Gates. What's his name? Sylvie. Sylvie Joly. Oh, mademoiselle. Who's got the closest eyes in that picture? Because I'm telling you now, it ain't him and it ain't him. Sylvie Joly. Do. Nice square shoulders you got there, pal. Where's my slopey shoulders? Oh, Sylvie Joly, you let me down. Je m'appelle Poncho Pete, je suis le tigre. I love telling French people that when I smash their heads in with a riot shield. On Call of Duty, of course. Oh my gosh. They didn't even give him any boobs. Just sent him out there. Yeah, he looks like Ezzy Izzard. He looks like Eddie. Eddie is. That's a nice couch. Oh, I like that. I'd like to sleep on that sometime. That looks like an ace couch. It does, I gotta say. Sylvie Joly. What, does he make couches as well? I thought he was an actor. Or is that the name of the couch? I would like a Sylvie Joly for Christmas. I need a new couch. I've been on this one since I've been in here. Must be about 10 years old. And I broke the middle spring on it when I was fat. I was getting up and I broke the middle spring. I gotta say, that's one of the widest faces I've ever seen in my life. A sculpture, you're gonna need extra clay. Right, let's get this pit monster under control. We ain't got any gates, have we? I ain't even seen one of her. No. He's got big shoulders as well. Right, this ain't happening. I'm going straight to walking. Dun, 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Is that him? Muriel Robin? No. That's Muriel Robin. No, there's no gate. We're leaving. Yeah, we're definitely there. We're out of here. See you later. Next. Jodie Vonk. What name? Sounds a bit like Jodie Wank, doesn't it? I've got no write up. I've got nothing. 7,000 followers on Facebook. I don't fucking think so, mate. You're just picking no one for me now. Oh, that's a girl, whoever that is. That's a girl. Is that Jodie Wank? Oh, we're going to do it then. I was just going to say you got no chance, and then there's 3 straight gates there. It's a shame that's not another flamingo foot on this leg. That would be all 4 parts of a walk, right there. Flamingo foot, female Bigfoot, full mince. That's a nice shot of them all, though. Yeah, Geordie's a girl. Is that Geordie there? Oh, that's a girl. Rounded, soft jawline. No Adam's apple. Close. That's a tiny triangle. Sure, that's a woman. Jodie Vonk. Let's have a look at your clavicles quickly. What clavicles? He looks like Logan Paul. 2 first names. Jodie Vonk. I'd put you straight into the girl category, pal. Bright eyes, burning like fire. He's a surfer girl. Let's go back and we'll tell them, Jodie, you're screwed. Look at that mince there. Does she know she's on camera? That's my next question. Surely she didn't know. Right, we're done. Jodie Vonk. That's that. I didn't think we was going to get that with no doodads, but we did. Alain Chabat. Alain is a French actor, comedian, and director. Alain. Is it Alain or Alain? Alain sounds right. Right, it's a bearded woman. There's a woman. Oh, we're done. Droopy eyes as well. No brow bone. Sharp forehead. Pink lips. Look at that bottom lip. Cupid's bow. High set ears. No cheekbones. No neck. It goes from chin to neck straight away. Look. And there. That is so female. That actually looks like an ex-girlfriend of mine. Without the beard, of course. And she was much prettier than that. Much prettier. Is that him when he was younger? That's an FTM. Final answer. Final answer. Woman. Do you know what that looks like to me there? It's the neck that did it. It looks like the size of him. Look at the size of it. He's an honey monster. It looks like he's got 2 horns coming out of his head. They don't do this by chance, you know. What do they call the rich people? The Illuminati. Not the Rockefellers, the other ones. The Rothschilds. He looks like the old lady. The one that looks like a vulture. Is it the Rothschilds? Or am I thinking of... Who's that one who died just recently? He was one of the head ones, though. Might not have been a Rothschild. It's from Europe. But his wife, that's what I'm seeing. They went to a dinner, dine, dance, or whatever it was. The Rockefeller, or whoever it was wearing a tux. And the honey monster came in what I can only describe as Dracula's cloak. Dracula's cloak. The collar was so big on it because the neck was so long. I actually, when I first saw it, I thought it was a vulture. It literally looked like a big vulture. Right. Oh my, that is the wife, isn't it? Look at that. You got to be kidding me. Shoulders, neck, jaw, man. And I don't even notice, right? Look at the size and stature of that fella there. And there's your little lady. That is just a fucking beast! Taking that picture. Alan Shabat and Tiara Compter. We need to do Tiara Compter Shabat. We really need to do Tiara. Because that neck is a prize-winning neck, isn't it? Right. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Is that him when he was younger? I like that picture. It's just off to cock a little bit, that's all. I like that one as well. No, we'll take the other one. Has she got gates? That's the question. Alain Chabat. Alain Chabat. Oh, there's one. From Flamingo, I think. It is from Flamingo. Knees together versus knees apart. That's how subtle the difference is. And you can get confused in this midsection. I've seen a lot of people do it. Done it myself. It was only through my training, my teacher, watch the knees until you start to realise one will have a bigger opening than the other. Even though they look similar. It's like when a man and a woman are doing full mints at the same time. The man's leg looks straighter, much straighter. A woman's leg comes in and angles down because of the shape of the leg. But again, that's practice. Comes over time. Alain Chabat, you've got no gates. Do you know what? I don't even know if that's him. Oh, it is. There's no gates. That's it. We're done. Alain Chabat. It was worth coming just to look at your wife's neck, though. Oh my gosh! Is he a swimmer? Is he a shot putter? Does he throw the javelin, perchance? He's a big fella. Do you think he stands on a step ladder to kiss her? She. Him. Chim. Ah, I thought we was out of pictures. We are out of pictures. It's going to run out any second now. I didn't put Walker in. Do you know what? I thought I put Walker in. Let's have a look. Oh, we might have him. There's one. It's not a good one, but it is partial. It's not perfect. Give us some more. Bring me sunshine. Bring me rain. Bring me happiness. All my days. Do 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 do. The state of that woman's legs. Elbows out. Doing it again there. Oh, Gerard Depardieu. Look at the state of those. I'm taking that picture. Gerard Depardieu and your friend in full flamingos. Look at those. Look at the shoulder tilts on both of them. Right, let's go back. And we'll go back again. There's one, but it's not very good. I'm not happy with it. There's a nice one. If that's you from the back. Oh, it's the same shot, but from the back. Dang it. There's a nice one. You cut his legs off. I don't think this one's happening. Dude look like a lady. Oh, there's another one though. I've got two. That one's not very good. As if he didn't give me 1 minute. Let me put Street in there. I'll give you another chance. See if I can find it. Street. What you saying, boy? Oh, there's an inliner. It's not perfect though. Oh, Stairfail is not. It's not on the right. Oh, there's a nice one. Stairfail, wrong angle though. Gutted. Do 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 do. Yeah, I think that's it. That is it. We'll take those 3 gates then. Alain. Alain. Elaine. Pop a chop. Bring me sunshine. Bring me rain. Bruce Lee's a woman! But his wife isn't. Bruce Lee's a woman to me. Anytime today, Screwgirl tosses. Come on! Screwgirl's really starting to take the piss, isn't it? Bruce Lee's a woman to me. I don't think I picked a face, did I? Dang it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I did pick a face. I tell a lie. He looks like Harold Lloyd there. Same glasses and everything. How many we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 left. What time is it? 10 past 10. Right, I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. I'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday Night Live. Just remember, God loves you. Thinks you're amazing. He wanted you to know that you were born in an inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy world. Thank you very much for watching.